Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhammad Moshir Rahman. Dear viewers, welcome to Moshir English, a channel for teaching English language and literature. Dear students, today I am going to teach you about stressed and unstressed syllables. Okay, what is a stressed syllable? A stressed syllable is the part of the words on which we emphasize. What is unstressed syllable? An unstressed syllable is the part of the word on which we don't emphasize. For example, let me write on the whiteboard. Stressed, unstressed syllable. Stressed, stressed and unstressed. Syllable. Stressed and unstressed syllable. A stressed syllable is the part of the word on which we emphasize. Okay. An unstressed syllable is the part of the word on which we don't emphasize. Dear students, I have already written what is stressed syllable and what is unstressed syllable. A stressed syllable is the part of the word on which we emphasize. An unstressed syllable is the part of the word on which we don't emphasize. The characteristics of a stressed syllable are greater, higher, louder. Okay. On the other hand, the characteristics of unstressed syllable are lower, softer, and shorter, you can tell. Okay. I'm going to give the examples. For this reason, I'd like to divide the board into two parts. Okay. I have already divided into two parts. Dear students, we should follow the rules whenever we find that there are two syllables in a word. Whenever we find the two syllables in a word, we should follow this following rules. Okay, stressed on the first syllable. Stress on the first syllable. Stress on the first syllable. When should we stress on the first syllable? Whenever we find two syllables in a word, we should follow these rules. Number one, in case of two syllable noun. In case of two syllable noun. In case of two syllable noun. For example, increase, progress, dear students, when we should stress on the first syllable, whenever we find two syllables in a word, we should do this. For example, increase. The word increase is a noun. Okay, there are two syllables here. Increase. One syllable is in, another syllable is in. Increase. Increase. There are two parts. There are two syllables here. Increase. Since this is a noun, composed of two words, we should emphasize on the first syllable in. Another example, progress. There are two syllables in this word, progress. Since there are two syllables in this word, we should emphasize on the first syllable, that is prog. In case of two syllable nouns, now in case of two syllable adjectives. In case of two syllable adjectives. For example, joyous, perfect. Dear students, in case of two syllable adjective, joyous, perfect. In the word joyous, we find there are two syllables here. One is joy and the is us. Joyous. So we should stress on the first syllable, joy. From the word joyous, we find there are two syllables. So on the first syllable, we should emphasize. We should stress. Joyous. Joy. Stress should be on joy. Perfect. In the word perfect, we find two syllables here. One is pa and the other is fact. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so we should stress on the first syllable, perfect. Okay. In case of two syllable adverb. In case of two syllable adverb. In case of two syllable adverb. One is often, another is seldom. Look at the words often, seldom. The word often. From the word often, we find there are two syllables here. Often. There are two syllables in this word. Often. Since there are two syllables in this word and this is an adverb, so we should stress on the first syllable of. Of. From the word seldom. Since this is an adverb and we find two syllables in this word, seldom. One is sell, another is dom. Seldom. We should emphasize or we should stress on the first syllable. Sell. First syllable, seldom. Sell. Dear students, stress on the second syllable. On the second syllable. Now I am going to discuss where to stress on the second syllable. In case of two syllable verbs, it happens. In case of two syllable verb. Okay. For example, two syllable verb increase, and there is progress. The same words. There are two words, increase and progress. The word increase is a noun as well as a verb. The word progress is a noun as well as a verb. Now I am going to use these words as verbs. Look at the words increase. From the word increase, we find there are two syllables here. Okay, one is in, another is crease, increase. Since this word consists of two syllables, we should stress on the first syllable, no, on the second syllable. Since this is a verb, whenever this was a noun, we should have stressed on the first syllable. But now this is a verb. We are using it as a verb. Whenever it increase will be as a verb, we should stress on the second syllable. We should stress on the second syllable. Increase. In the same way, progress. From the word progress, we find two syllables here. There are two syllables in the word progress. One is prog, another is res, progress. Now this is a word, this is a verb. Since this is a verb, we should stress on the second syllable. Res, progress. In case of words ending in IC, for example, geographic, dramatic. Dear students, in case of words ending in IC, okay, geographic and dramatic. Whenever we find the words ending with or in IC, we should stress on the second syllable. Geographic. Geo is the first syllable. Graph is the second syllable. Gra in the second syllable. Fic is the third syllable. Since this is the word ending in IC, we should stress on the second syllable. Gra. Okay, in the same way, dramatic. Look at the word dramatic. This word ends in IC. So we should stress on the second syllable. Dra, one is one syllable. Ma, the second syllable. Tik, third syllable. Ma. Dear students, I'm discussing where to stress on the second syllable. At first I have discussed in case of two syllable verbs increase progress. I have already discussed in case of words ending in IC, geographic, dramatic. Okay, now it is the turn of another rule in case of words ending in SION. Conclusion, decision. Dear students, in case of words ending in SION, for example, conclusion, decision. From the word conclusion, we find the last syllable SION. This word ends in SION. From the second word, decision. This word is also ended in SION. So we should stress on the second syllable. Conclusion. Con, first syllable. Clue, second syllable. Zan, third syllable. Decision. D, first syllable. C, second syllable. Sun, jan, third syllable. Dear students, I repeat. Today I have already discussed stressed and unstressed syllable. What is a stressed syllable? A stressed syllable is the part of the word on which we emphasize, while an unstressed syllable is the part of the word on which we don't emphasize. There are some characteristics of stressed syllables. Okay, the characteristics of stressed syllable are stressed syllables will be longer, stressed syllable will be greater, stressed syllable will be higher, stressed syllable will be louder. On the other hand, unstressed syllable will be shorter, unstressed syllable will be lower, unstressed syllable will be softer. Okay, dear students, now I am going to discuss where to stress on the first syllable. We should follow these rules whenever we find two syllables in a word. For example, the word increase. There are two syllables in this word. Increase. In one syllable, crease another syllable. Increase. So we should stress on the first syllable. The rule is in case of two syllable noun. In case of two syllable noun, we should stress on the first syllable. Increase. The word increase is a noun, and this word consists of two syllables. So we should stress on the first syllable. In the same way, the word progress is a noun, and this word consists of two syllables. Progress. So we should stress on the first syllable, prog. In case of two syllable adjectives, dear students, joyous. The word joyous consists of two syllables. One is joy and the other is joyous. So we should stress on the first syllable. Since this is an adjective, we should stress on the first syllable. Perfect. From the word perfect, we find two syllables in this word. Okay, one is pa, another is fict. Perfect. We should stress on the first syllable. This rule is for two syllable adjectives. Whenever we find two syllable adverbs, we can do the same thing. On the on the first syllable we should stress. In case of two-syllable adverb, often, seldom. In case of two-syllable adverb, often, often, often. There are two syllables here, often. So we should stress on the first syllable. Seldom, seldom. We should stress on the first syllable. Dear students, now I am going to discuss where to stress on the second syllable. In case of two-syllable verb, the word increase. The word increase is a verb too. The word increase is a noun as well as a verb. Now I am using it as a verb. This word consists of two syllables, increase. So we should stress on the second syllable, increase. In the same way, the word progress consists of two syllables. Since this is a verb here, we should stress on the second syllable, progress. Okay, in case of words ending in IC, there are some words which end in IC. We can stress on the second syllable. For example, geographic, dramatic. Look at the words geographic. There are three syllables here, geographic. And this word ends in IC. Look at the word dramatic. This word consists of three syllables, dramatic. And this word ends in IC. So we should stress on the second syllable, geographic, dramatic, ma. In case of words ending in SIUN, for example, conclusion. There are three syllables here, conclusion. This word ends in SIUN. So we should stress on the second syllable, clue. In the same way, decision. There are three syllables here, decision. We should stress on the second syllable, decision. Second syllable is C, decision, CI. Dear students, I have already finished teaching about stressed and unstressed syllable. If you would like to know about stressed and unstressed syllable in detail, watch the next videos one by one. Thank you very much for watching the video. For more videos, subscribe the channel. Allah Hafiz.